Good evening and welcome back to my channel. Just a quick update. It's been forever since I've given you an update on the project, but I just said I'd just kind of come out and give you a brief look over the progress, the status of things as they are. I got back to work post-COVID in the meantime and doing shift work by day. It's intrusive at times in terms of the way your shift patterns are falling and so on, and that certainly had an effect. And getting materials, paints in particular, and I got kind of waylaid as well in terms of waiting for the tank to come back. There was a couple of delays with the tank, and it has yet to be bodyworked and so on. But in the meantime, what I have managed to do is drive on, and so just recently, over the last couple of days, I had a few days off work, a few days lined up off work. And what I managed to get done is I managed to, first of all, reinstall this guy here, and the tail light, the under tray and the tail light. I managed to get in and firm up all the suspension again, just to double back check all that. Next, I turned my attention to getting things like the rocker cover and so on, kind of getting them installed fully, and the new covers here, or the new gaskets going up behind the new covers as well, have arrived. Managed to get the air box situated again. I managed to get the whole cooling system plumbed in again, with the exception of the lines that run back to the carbs. That's all done there except for a couple of missing clamps, one or two. I'm just waiting for a clamp or two. Painted the rad. What else have I done? Yeah, I think that's it, just kind of getting all of the wiring back into its home. I think I actually did a better job of installing it than I found it. I took videos around the routing of the wiring and so on, and I realized, I commented in my video that I took for my own purposes, that it looked a bit crummy and it didn't look particularly well put back together. So whether somebody had been in there in the past, I don't know, but I managed to get it all in and I got it squeezed in. I think a bit better than I found it, which is great. Obviously, you can see as well that I've had I've painted the full frame. The frame now, front to back, is fully painted. I managed to get the bit of welding sorted here finally, and in the end, it was my friend Dini, a childhood friend Dini, who lives about a half a mile away from here and has been down there the whole time, only that I hadn't heard about him. And as soon as I bumped into him, he said, "Sure, I'll come up and drop you," and not a bother, he said to me. So that was great. That allowed the frame to get painted, and again, the reassembly now has driven on mad. The only thing is these carbs here. Just waiting on a couple of bowl seals for these. That's all I need to kind of make them right. They're out of our donor bike, and the donor bike, the carbs in it were absolutely immaculate when I opened them up. The original ones are over behind me in an absolute state. They were very, very surprisingly very heavily corroded inside, and I said, sure, look, they're all savable, but by the time that I opened them up, I spent a whole morning kind of stripping them down, dealing with all of the broken bolts and screws and what have you, and I was a bit disappointed with the condition. The list for like components, actually, beyond a normal seal kit, it was just mounting up and up and up, and there was so many questions. And to be honest, they just looked like a set of carbs that were out of an older bike. It might have been that they were changed at some point, but they were absolutely crusty as hell. So I kind of dived into them on the basis that, look, no matter what state they are, they're probably going to be savable. But having spent a whole morning at it, I said, God, I can't live like this. So I said, look, I'll crack open the donor carbs and I'll see if they're any better. Maybe there's a step between the two. And they were just immaculate. On the inside, they were just like brand new. Outwardly, the two sets of carbs were in the same poor condition, the same poor kind of cosmetic condition. But when I opened them up, they were much better in the donor bike. Now, I'm not going to town with regard to cleaning these. It isn't going to be a Concours restoration. I managed to put a bit of elbow grease and managed to kind of get the seam parts of the carbs very well tidied up, and that is where I'm going to leave it. Inside, they're immaculate except for the the bowl seals, and I'm going to get those soon. So the old carbs, just walking over here, the old carbs are here, and they're just, I just have them laid out here. I don't know what I'm going to do. There's possibly good components in there, but like for example, here's a little that seal, or that little housing, and its little needle are completely fused together. They couldn't be separated, and even the age on some of the other needles was just, you know, they were all distorted. So there was a mounting list of just broken bits of rubbish, and I just said, like, no. I mean, I said I'd try for them, but they were just, I wouldn't say they're too far gone, but they're just beyond economic repair, especially when you've got an exceptionally good set of carbs sitting on the shelf. I don't know if I have much more to tell you besides that. I have not yet got as far as, I'm having lots of difficulties regarding you know, deliveries and getting bits and pieces online. Everything seems to be taking kind of 2 weeks or even more, and it's a frustration. It's a frustration. I'm also looking for a couple of second-hand bits and pieces. I'm looking for these 2 triangular covers left and right to go there. I have actually 2 pairs from the 2 bikes, but neither of them are great, so I'm hoping for a better set. I might am toying with the idea of trying to get a second-hand saddle if I can get one in good condition. But the big final learning curve item that that's coming is all the bodywork. It's there. I gave you an update at one point regarding the bodywork. It's quite close to being ready. I mean, if I had nothing to do but focus on them, I'm sure it wouldn't take that much time. I had some difficulties finding a supplier for all of the bits and pieces that I need, and on all of the missing bits of equipment that I need for painting, including all the respirators and safety gear and what have you. You don't want to poison yourself doing this type of thing. It's very important that you don't go down to your local hardware shop and buy the first thing that looks like a respirator. You know, you have to put a bit of effort in finding the right one, you know, unless you're in a position that you can get these air-fed systems, which is great. I just can't afford that myself. So yeah, I think the game plan from here is drive on with the reassembling mad. Keep going through the brakes front and back are something that have to be done. I'm going to do a painting experiment with the 2-pack black, the very same body black for the wheels. The front wheel is away getting having a broken screw taken care of, and so the back one is just waiting there. That's going to need bearings as well. So I think I'll just get the wheels painted, whack them on, and carry on with the assembly. And then I think I will focus, to give myself the privilege of being able to focus on the bodywork, because that's the big learning curve item associated with this project for me. I haven't painted before, or I haven't done any kind of proper 2-pack painting before. So that's what I'm hoping to kind of get done out of this project. That's what I hope to learn out of this project, you know. So listen, I will leave it at that. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for staying in touch and not losing interest. It has been weeks and weeks. It's been over a month, I'm sure, since I posted an update. But it's getting closer and closer, you know. So I want it off my bench. Frankly, it's at that awkward stage where I just want it done. So listen, I thank you for viewing and for just stand by for any updates. I'm hoping to kind of get this thing done in the next little while. I don't want this thing to last forever and ever. I would like the idea of getting it kind of done. So yeah, I'll leave it at that, guys. Thanks very much for viewing, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you.